Hello everybody, my name is Jessica and today I'm going to be showing you how to use the Matlab function of Linspace. So I'm going to go ahead and show you where you can find this in the help dialog. You can just click on the help button and search for Linspace in the search bar. It'll give you some options, but you can click on the first one. It shows you a description of it and some examples. But Linspace is basically a function that allows you to display a number of values in between two numbers. So depending on how many numbers you want in between your values, that can be specified. However, the default is 100. So here you can see two different syntaxes, one being two inputs only and the other being three. Inputting that third input determines how many values you get. So there are some examples here, but I'm going to go ahead and show you some. Let's say that we want to input 4 values between the numbers 1 and 10. So I would just put a variable, type in linspace, parentheses, and then your first number is your starting point. So we're going to start with 1, and then 10 is our second. And I'm going to specify 4. So I want to have 4 numbers in between 1 and 10. If I press enter, it generates 4 evenly spaced numbers. The spacing is distributed evenly amongst the numbers that you specify, and that will go for anything that you input with the function linspace. Now, if you don't specify how many numbers you want, the default is 100. So let's say I input 1, my starting, and then 10, and omit that third input. It'll generate 100 evenly spaced values in between it. So that is something to keep in mind. Make sure you're specifying how many you'd like, but it is a pretty cool function. It is very similar to the log space function. Log space will generate a number evenly spaced from 10 to the first value and then 10 to the second value. So for example, we'll do 1 through 10, and we'll do the same number of values. And that'll generate it, again, to the log function of that. So be careful not to mix up the two. Your values will be different. It also says in the help log that it is similar to the colon function, but this one is unique as it gives you a way to generate how many values you want exactly. So I was pretty surprised that this function worked as easily as it was. I would think there would be more to the calculations in between it. I thought that would be something that you'd have to do manually, but as you can see, again, it was pretty easy. So I'll just do one more example for you just so that you can see, and we'll go ahead and call this one J for Jessica, and let's instead do a little bit of a broader range. We'll do 2 to 7, and instead I want 10 values. So again, this is my starting value, ending value, and then the number of numbers I'd like it to generate. Yep, and then it'll go ahead and give you the even distribution of 10 numbers in between 2 and 7. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you found it helpful, and that you're able to successfully use the linspace function in your future MATLAB endeavors.